Good afternoon and welcome to the National Weather Service Spokane's weekly weather briefing. Today is Monday, August 21st. And here is the week's outlook for weather. For today through Tuesday, expect areas of smoke, especially near the Canadian border and the Montana border. It will remain dry and warmer. In fact, Tuesday is going to be our warmest day of the work week. For Wednesday, we get a cold front coming through. It'll get breezy by afternoon, and there's a small chance of thunderstorms from southeast Washington into north Idaho into the overnight hours and possibly into Thursday. By Thursday, it'll be windy, dry, and cooler, and some heightened fire weather concerns. For Friday into Saturday, it'll be seasonal but dry. And Sunday into early next week, much warmer and still dry. Well, I hope most of you got to see the eclipse this morning. It was kind of fun to watch it at the weather office. I have a satellite image that shows the track of the eclipse across the western U.S. But what was really interesting to note was what happened with temperatures during the event. At the Spokane airport, the temperature dropped 2 degrees during the eclipse. In Wenatchee, it dropped 3 degrees. And in Lewiston, which was closer to the path of totality, temperatures dropped about 6 degrees. And overall, winds were fairly light in most areas. Before the eclipse came, we got a chance to look at the visible satellite picture and noted where the smoke was across the region. A lot of it was in the Cascade Valleys and moving into the valleys in northern Washington and closer to the Montana border. The next couple days, we're going to see fairly light winds, so some of that smoke will spread around across the region. And we'll note that there's a lot of smoke down in Oregon as well. Tuesday will be the warmest day of the week. We're going to see widespread 90s across the region, which is about 10 degrees above normal. Now, comparing these temperatures to the projected heat risk across the region, most areas are going to have a low risk of extreme heat that will be sensitive to people. Some areas will be a little warmer. They'll have a moderate risk, and that will stretch from those Cascade Valleys down to the lower Columbia Basin and the Lewiston and Clarkston area. Wednesday, we'll see a cold front coming through the area, and winds will start picking up in the afternoon and evening hours. We'll have gusts of 10 to 20 miles an hour or greater, especially in the Cascade Valleys and Columbia Basin. And this will increase the fire concerns across the region. Also on Wednesday, we're going to see some moisture down in Oregon. That's going to move up across the Blue Mountains into southeast Washington and into north Idaho. This moisture is mid to upper level moisture. We know we'll have some cloud cover increasing. The chances of lightning coming from that seem a bit on the low side, but we're going to keep an eye on that as this time approaches. The chances of this cloud band and lightning will continue through Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Then during the day on Thursday, there's a small chance of some convection near the Canadian border north of Omak to Colville. For Thursday, it's going to turn windy and cooler. We'll see temperatures dropping into the mid-70s to low 80s, and the winds will pick up with gusts of 20 to 30 or more miles an hour. It will remain dry, and this will increase concerns for wildfires and also some blowing dust across the area. As we get into Friday, winds will calm down and temperatures will gradually warm up, as we see in Spokane and Lewiston and Wenatchee. We'll see temperatures warming up to near normal for Saturday and continue warming into Sunday. And our long-range models show a potential for additional warming, maybe well into the 90s for early next week. Overall, our rain chances look very low. In fact, Spokane has only had a trace of rain in the last 57 days. And right now that puts it ranking of 6 on the list of dry spell stretches. Last week there was some rain that moved through, and Wenatchee got some, and Lewiston got some, but that's been about it in the last 2 months. And areas like Omak have been probably since the beginning of June since they've seen any rain. So our dry spell will continue. So here's the overview for the work week. Expect breezy winds, especially in the Cascade Gaps and the Basin Wednesday late in the day, and then even stronger winds on Thursday. Temperatures are going to be warming into the 90s by Tuesday and then cooling down into the mid-70s to mid-80s for Thursday and Friday. Precipitation will be dry, and smoke. We'll see some of that spreading around those northern valleys and North Idaho today through Wednesday. And as those winds pick up, it should clear things out for the time being. Our outlook for the next 8 to 14 days looks like above normal temperatures for much of the west and below normal chances of precipitation for the Pacific Northwest. So dry and warmer will continue, probably right into early September. Well, thanks for joining us, and stay informed with the National Weather Service in Spokane. Like us on Facebook and Twitter, and you can follow this, review this weather briefing on YouTube shortly. Thanks again, and have a great week.